Welcome back to Gearwire.com. I'm Owen O'Malley, and we're taking a look at the Laney VC30-212. The VC30 is a 30-watt Class A 2-channel amplifier. This speaker configuration is the 212 combo, and the speakers are Celestion 7080s. Celestion 7080s. They're really nice sounding speakers. Well matched for this amp, I think. This amp, it's 30 watts supplied by 4 EL84 tubes, and there's 2 ECC83s, aka 12AX7s, in the preamp stage. There's also a 2-driven reverb, which is a sort of a, it's a very, it's not a too subtle reverb, it's not a crazy over-the-top reverb, it's just it's a Goldilocks reverb. And the clean channel sounds very nice, very sort of like tight and spanky. And the distortion channel is really just raw and ragged. I think this amp best suited to sort of like hard rock stuff. It's a great punk rock amp. The distortion is just, it's a nasty distortion. Let's take a closer look at the first channel, which is the clean channel. So this is the VC30's top-mounted control panel here. There's 2 inputs for low and high. We're jacked into the high input right now. And we're on the clean channel. Both channels share a 3-band EQ over here, although the clean channel has its own separate bright switch. Let's just turn that off here. And if we turn the bright switch on, we get a much brighter channel. The bright switch, when it's off, that actually makes this amp kind of suitable for you know, jazzier tones, more mellow tones. It's got some nice flexibility, even though it's just this single control and a shared EQ. Let's move over to the drive channel. As you can see, we've got a drive amount, which is cranked right now. It's totally dimed. And then a drive volume, separate master volume here. Or I should just say drive volume. It's not really a master volume. Let's listen to that real quick. That was with both pickups on this guitar. Let's just switch to the bridge pickup, and you can hear how aggressive this channel is. There's also this tube-driven reverb over here. Let's move over and look at the EQ controls and the reverb. Just bass, middle, and treble right there. We've got them all pretty much in the middle, basically. I've got the bass cranked a little bit because this amp, I think, in general, is kind of a bright-sounding amp. Let's actually take the treble down a little bit. Now, if we do this little sort of like crank the bass, scoop the mid, and bring the treble up. It's not a radical change to the tone, but there is a little bit of variety in here. All right, right, let's switch back to this clean channel. Let's bring our EQ a little bit more to the middle. And let's bring the reverb up. Now, with the reverb halfway, you can hear it's not super present. It kind of just sits nicely there in the background. And if we crank it, so there you go. That's the Goldilocks reverb. It's not too much, not too subtle, totally usable. And then there's an effects loop volume here, and then your standard standby and power switches. Let's take a look at the outputs on the back of the amp. So starting off on the left here, that's the power input, and you can see that really massive toroidal transformer, power transformer. After that, we've got our 4 EL84 power tubes. And you can see the two 12AX7s or ECC83s, and then all the way to the right, there's the tube that powers or drives the reverb. If you could look real close here, there's that foot switch insert. It does not come with the dual function foot switch, but any dual function foot switch will do you, really. A mono effects loop. Notice the copper connections on all those. Kind of a nice addition. We've got our internal cabinet and extension cabinet outs, the switchable 8 and 4 ohm output right there. And you can see the two Celestion 7080s, 12-inch Celestion 7080s. This little sort of like cage thing in the back here is pretty easily removable, making all of these parts easy to get to, easy to service. So that was the Laney VC30-212. There's also a 112 version of this amp, and there's a couple of different extension cabinets that are in the same line, made to pair with the VC30 amps. You've been watching Gearwire.com, and I'm Owen O'Malley.